Okay, good afternoon. We are live and it's 3:30 and I'm going to say up front, I'm kind of surprised that we broke through the top of the chop. I mean, obviously we have above chop zone and below chop zone for a reason, but that looked pretty solid there. Now we did have 6440 as a breakout trigger, but I really thought it was just going to get stalled in here. And we'll take a look and I'll kind of mull this over and see what I think happened here. Well, oh, we can see some of what happened here. Okay, so it looks like Apple is green, Nvidia is green. So I mean, the Mag 7 is clearly, but what I'm looking at here, just from a pure gamma point of view, see the 6450? That was customer short deal along. This was a big bar to this way blocking us. This got closed. People jumped on the 50 calls and started buying them. The 35 puts eroded in value. Somehow we fought our way through this. That's kind of surprising that we fought our way through all this positive gamma. I'm going to think that one over, other than real money buying. Now, if we turn this to gamma for a second, now it's not that we never do break through positive gamma. We see it all the time, but that we broke through this much. That we broke through this much here. Don't forget that this was a lot when we broke through it. Gamma is dependent on price and time, and we've moved away from that now. I mean, the tails tell part of the story. This was intraday trading, and this was the big one, the 50s. They started buying the 50s. That ate through this, and here we are. Now it looks like we got a clean pinball right here in the middle at 60. That's what it looks like. Hey, how you doing? Got the usual suspects here. So now let's take a look at Charm real quick. And I was away from the desk for a few hours, so I kind of missed that. Missed some of the afternoon action. And so over under 60 here is the inflection point to send us up here, or to get trapped here and get in the 50-55 area. So there is a world in which we could pop through this. Probably not likely, but there is a world in which that could happen. Okay. So 55 seems to be the logical place. Let's take a look at this toy. I didn't really look at it today. And it's showing the same thing. This is 60. So was it 55, 65, 60 is what it's looking like, huh? Let's look at the position size because the Greeks are going to be moving around a lot. So you see the position size is kind of small. There's not a lot of positions here, but there's a fair amount of gamma here, but not a crazy amount, but there's something here. That's why I like options depth. We can kind of see. Let's look at it from this side of the table. It's rare that we chew through a cloud that that dark blue. It's just rare. Good afternoon, Sammy. So that said, I think it wouldn't even shock me if we kind of pulled back toward 50. Not a prediction, but we have a half hour here, so there's a lot of football left to be played. Now, adjacent to this, and maybe it's got to do with this, I haven't been listening to the news or kind of been watching Twitter much this today, so I don't know what the prevailing talking head wisdom is about Lisa Cook firing. But from what I have heard, even people that don't like to give Trump a break have kind of grudgingly said he might have a grounds for firing her because of that signing two leases, whatever, two properties saying they were both her primary residence. I don't know. I'm just saying I've seen that floated, and whatever court case there is going to be, how long will it take, et cetera, et cetera. And then there's a whole thing of, and I wrote a little article about it on Twitter and on Substack. I put it in my in the chat for the subscribers. That this basically lets Trump remake the Fed. That gives him an extra governor. He'll have 4 of 7. I forget the exact. Then the governors appoint the presidents, from what I understand, and terms are up in 2021, I think February. So it's a whole new cast of characters can go in, and they have to be approved by this board of governors or whatever they are that will have Trump's imprimatur on it. And so we know that that's going to be more of a tendency to cut, which is to provide liquidity, which will be good for the market, whether it's good for inflation or not, and whether the world blows up in 2 years or 5 years or 10 years with unsustainable debt. I don't know. That's for people that are in the whole bond world to think about. It's been financial Armageddon now since I can remember, since 1990, whatever, with the contract in America and the balanced budget amendment. We've been going broke tomorrow, just like the world is going to be underwater because of climate change tomorrow for quite a while. So that said, now that I'll get off my political soapbox and get back to trading. But from the trading point of view, if he pulls this off, this is bullish. Now it looks like it's pulled off. I guess it depends on how the dust settles. And maybe that's what we're seeing here. Maybe that's what we're seeing here. So let's see how to trade it. Let's cut to the chase. Now I had a call flag that I did live and on TV this morning. This one here for 190 that I sold for 330. that I could buy again if I felt like it. I don't think I want this one per se, but let's look at what we'd want to put on now. Let's first start off simpleton version, a buck 45. We need to close above 50 for this one to pay. And where are we? 54. All right. That's one possibility. Probably the best, the highest likelihood. Now let's see what happens if we move down here for a buck. Now this is an interesting one. As long as we close below 55, this thing will make money. This is actually an interesting one. Price is jumping all over the place. Because basically you have this in the money debit spread here, and you're just playing for it to be below 155 for 235. Pinball 247. Oh my God. Oh my God. 47. Dagger to the heart. Oh, 47. This would be a good one. So I'm going to put this one in your honor, see if I can get it cheap. This one's going to have your name on it. Proceeds donated to the SPX analyst of your choice. Man, it was 90 cents before. It's jumping all over the place. I don't know if we'll be able to get it filled. Let's just see what happens. I say we, we meaning me. Or a put fly, sure. Genghis, my man. And sometimes it's easy to get filled on the put side. Let's just see if we get lucky. Filling it on the put side for $1.25. Same price. Looks like it's running away on us. Yeah, so 55, you gotta give me an over or under. So 55, if 55 is the bet, then let's move it this way. Let's play with the put fly for a minute. This would be the put fly for 55. Below 55, this part would pay $5, and depends on how the rest of it shakes out. So these would be the two. And it looks like the one in your honor is not filling. They want too much money. I guess your logo on it, I have to pay extra. But let's look at the gamma. We still have time. We have 15 minutes. That's a long time. Okay. All right. So now below, here we go. Here we go. That makes more sense. The way we're acting now makes a little more sense. That makes a little more sense. And we're stuck in this. So, I mean, it's hard when you, okay, it looks like the call in your honor was just bought. This was just filled. Your fly. we'll see how that plays out. Paid $1.05, so I'll put in 315 to sell it. Sometimes you get that in a wiggle, or if not, we'll see how it settles out. We don't want to see it over 55 because then it doesn't pay at all. That's what we don't want to see. We meaning me. Excuse me, we want 54. Can you change your vote? Anybody watching on X? Somebody's supposed to be telling me how many. Oh, quick announcement while I have people's attention, and I'll do some kind of write up about it, whatever. Um, I'm kind of migrating the operation over to WHOP, which won't really change anything. People who subscribe via Substack will still get the daily post. More stuff will be going on. We'll be having unusual whales probably over the weekend, if not before. The scalping I talked about. There'll be also some trades in other securities. WHOP gives me much more flexibility in terms of admin, different pricing tiers. There's people that just want to subscribe maybe to something that gives them, a couple of, 3 trades a week on the weekend, whatever, put credit spreads or covered calls for your retirement account, that kind of thing. That'll be there. That'll be a premium tier that's going to have everything in it. Current people are going to be able to keep what they have for what they paid for it. Not sure the exact timing, but the basic thing will be going up. And, the basic price is going to be going up, but if you subscribe now or if you have it, you get to keep it at the price you have it. And so if you're listening now and you've been thinking of subscribing, you'll still get the price, which is $39.95 a month for the basic paid, which has a lot of features. It may not stay in the basic paid later on, but if you start with it, you keep it. So anyway, enough of the marketing. Let's get back to let's see how this thing is doing. It's just flat. We need a little bit. No, we don't need 55. We want to pull back. So that put that we looked at, who was it? That put that we looked at might have been the right one. Let's take a look at where we sit. I mean, can enough call buyers come in to eat through this? Let's look at position size. How many positions are we looking at here? Oh, see, that changes the look a lot. Well, no, it's still 3,000. But now if we get below, if that gets comfortably below us, then suddenly we're in a whole new gamma world. Tesla's flying. I guess there's real money buying out there that's going to eat through this. That does happen. Especially now that this is below us. Then this trumps up to a 1 delta. See, this is, I don't like the way they display it. Yeah, this is the biggest one. We're not going over here, but I can't zoom in on this thing. And, we bounce, see that 55 is now underneath us. That charms up. Who picked 65? I don't think anybody did. I certainly didn't. Oh, we got. You were pretty good yesterday. You have a guess? Or not a guess. You have a high probability idea? Mr. Wong? You sticking with your guns on 55? You led me astray, sir. Are you reading the Genghis book? Boomer, okay. I 6460. Do I hear 6465? 6465 going once, 6465 going twice. Oh, there he is. Holding a 60 call. He's talking his book. He says, Mr. Wong says 60 probably. I'm holding a 60 call. He's talking his book. I like that in the guy. Now that would have been a nice cheap lotto ticket. I hope you got it nice and cheap. Now, what was the expected move yesterday? I meant to write it down close to close. I think it was around 25-ish points. Let's see how my poor fly is doing. Yeah, look like, yeah, over here this thing doesn't have a chance. If by a miracle I can get out, break even, I'll take a miracle anytime. Let's bring it down from a grandiose 115 to a equally unrealistic $1.15, even a dollar. I'm not sure what all those trades are coming in, but they're coming in somewhere. Let's take a look in. Okay, so the 60 flipped. The customer's buying. That's what happened here. So enough funds and algos and people like Mr. Wong came in and bought that thing up. Still not long. So do we see some big trades coming in? Nothing local enough to make a difference. I guess it's just plain buyers. Anyone see an MOC order? MOC minus 70 million, really? Yeah. The 11K 75 ain't breaking. I'm sorry. That's not breaking. 91. That's the last one. 91 million is a rounding error. So now we can get sucked right up to the 75. You know the way positive gamma works in this world. Mean reverting, but suck to it. Here's my local flow expert. Yeah, well, we can see all this little stuff in here, all the back and forth tails. And here we have some in the money calls apparently from Mr. Wong. I guess he's the owner of value 900. So he bought 900 calls. Now I'm curious for another reason. So even with this move up, right? The 70 call spread, which was this trade, which was 50 cents in the morning, is now 10 cents, even though we're only 3 points away. So credit spread selling can be a tricky game when you see the chart going toward you and the way you see it. Okay, pencils down. 65 it is. Over 65. So what would that initial morning one have done? The morning down one would have been, where was it? Yeah, the morning one was too narrow. It would have been worthless. So good that we took the 330. Okay, 590 is a nice trade. If you don't mind me asking, what'd you get into it for? Yes, it's definitely well PM session. Going to be interested to go read and to see what the story was. Buck two, buck eight. Very nice. About what time did you jump on it? If you paid before the market on close, okay. Well done. Stall inflection. We just made it to it. We just made it there. Level to level. So how much were we up on the day? What's the SPX closed at 0.41, change 26, just about the expected move from yesterday. Okay, let's take a look what the expected move for tomorrow is so that I don't get blindsided. I gotta write it down. 20. Tasty gives, I don't like the expected move that they give. A lot of times they kind of underplay it. Let's take a look at Think or Swim. What was the high strike on your butterfly? The mark can't tell anything. It's If it's over the top strike, nothing. If it's under, then you get something. What were the strikes of the fly? What were the strikes of the fly? Okay, so what's the expected move for tomorrow, folks? That's what I wanted to see. 55. It's not worth anything. 55 expired in the money. It's not worth anything. Sorry, hate to say that. Okay, so 25 expected move. Yeah, 45, 50, 55. Wait, call spread, you mean fly? Eh, If it, yeah, that's okay. So if it goes through a fly, then it's not worth anything. Yeah, if it goes through a fly, it's not worth anything. Now, it did have value earlier. You probably could have gotten out for a profit, and that's the next part when you go for a fly and knowing kind of when to get out. But we can talk about that also. Again, it's easier said than done. Uh, 25, we'll call it. So let's make a mental note. Close at 65 plus 25 is 90 top and 40 bottom. Yeah, yeah, keep on practicing. Keep on practicing. Okay, so that's that. All right, folks. I think the WPO is live now, but it just has free, not subscription. The subscriber content's not on there yet. We might take a week or so to transition things. We might take a day. Substack people, you'll still be getting your Substack, and that's that. We move with Apple. I mean, how much? Well, let's take a look at something else. Let's take a look at something else. Market watch. So Apple, Apple only up 1%. Nvidia up one. Nvidia is a larger weight than Apple and moved more than Apple. GE, Boeing, RTX, the financials, Planeteer, a chunk of the semi. Software is getting killed. I think it's time to. I think software is a good trade right now. It's not like we're picking like when we say software that we're picking some like garbage meme stocks that have no earnings. We're picking like Microsoft, ServiceNow, Salesforce, Adobe. Is Planeteer going to be the winner and everybody else the loser in this arms race? I don't think so. Industrials had a nice day. EMR, I own some of that. Honeywell, I like. Octa finally. MongoDB up 16%. Thank you. I was talking about it this morning. I bought shares. I said so. Now all the software names are going to run. News of my death has been greatly exaggerated. Not to say I told you so, but I told you so. What's the symbol? MongoDB. There you go. From 215 to 250, a nice conservative mood. My buddy, who I told to do a trade in MongoDB, was calling me. Okay, good. I kind of knew it. Well, I more than knew it. I didn't think, but I said this is a beast that can run. And again, it's you see this all the time. You really do. Market darling. They love to love it. Let's make it 65 minutes so you can kind of see the move. There you go. Market darling. They love to love it. Came from up here. When was it? All the way back in March. Came to up here. Now we're back to where we were. Whatever it was that made it go down. I don't know. Analyst downgrade, fear of whatever. You got short covering. You got calls going in the money. Market makers have to chase. You have market makers adjusting now. You have people scrambling. I love it. I love it. Now I only bought like I don't know 20 shares or something and sold a bunch of puts, which will be worthless. And I bought a fly, I think. I have to see what I bought. I bought some kind of what did I buy? What did I buy? Mongo TV. Oh, I didn't get filled? Oh, shit. I didn't get filled. Oh, well. I thought I had 20 shares. I only got three. I must have put it in at a price and nickel and dime myself out of making some nice money. Oh, well. That doesn't look right because I also saw. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, folks. Ending stream and see you all tomorrow.